The Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City pulsed with the electric hum of a late-night crowd as Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, ascended the Late Show stage, her emerald green dress catching the spotlights like a beacon of poised defiance amid the sea of cheering fans. Fresh from the whirlwind of her American Riviera Orchard brand rollout and whispers of a bombshell Netflix special, she was primed to charm America with tales of resilience, family bliss in Montecito, and subtle jabs at her royal past, topics that had long fueled tabloid fires. Stephen Colbert, the sharp-witted host with a bow tie as crisp as his satire, rose to greet her with his trademark grin, the audience roaring as they exchanged air kisses, band leader Jon Batiste riffing a playful jazz intro to underscore the glamour. The monologue had already teased her arrival with a light roast on royal exile chic, drawing laughs, but as they settled into the plush blue chairs, the vibe shifted to congenial curiosity. Meghan opened with a warm anecdote about Prince Harry teaching their kids Archie and Lilibet to roast marshmallows over a California bonfire, her laugh melodic and disarming, prompting Colbert to quip, "Sounds idyllic, better than s'mores at Buckingham Palace, I bet." The crowd howled, and Meghan nodded graciously, steering to her brand's ethos of everyday empowerment. But Colbert, ever the provocateur beneath his affable facade, pivoted with surgical precision. "Meghan, your stories inspired millions, surviving the firm's frostiness, as you've shared. But some say it's all a tad performative. Like, is the jam just a sweet cover for spilling more tea?" The audience tittered, expecting a breezy deflection, but Meghan's smile froze, her eyes flickering with a mix of amusement and steel. "Stephen, it's not performance, it's purpose. I've bared enough scars. Not every jar's a confessional," she replied, her tone velvet over iron. Batiste's band sensed the undercurrent, softening the score, while the house lights dimmed subtly, focusing the beam on their exchange. Colbert leaned in, undeterred, referencing a viral X thread dissecting her Oprah revelations. "Fair, but when you drop bombs like concerns about Archie's skin, then go silent on follow-ups, doesn't that leave folks feeling played?" Gasps rippled through the studio, phones discreetly angling for capture, as Meghan's posture straightened, her voice gaining an edge. "Played? I shared vulnerability, not a script. You're implying I'm the actor here, ironic, coming from a comedian." The laughter turned nervous, Colbert's brow arching in mock surprise, but the spark had ignited, the once cozy interview crackling toward confrontation. Producers in the booth exchanged urgent glances, the live feed a tightrope now, with Meghan's regal armor clashing against Colbert's satirical scalpel, the audience holding collective breath for the inevitable draw of blood. As the segment barreled past its musical break, Batiste's upbeat number a feudal buffer, the air in the Late Show studio thickened to theatrical density, off-mic murmurs reportedly catching Meghan whispering to a stagehand about pushing boundaries, while Colbert huddled with writers, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of unscripted gold. Resuming live, the host dove deeper, mask of charm slipping to reveal the interviewer's incisors. "Touché on the irony, Duchess, but let's unpack that silence. Post-Oprah, post-Spare, you've monetized the mess with podcasts and preserves. Is it empowerment, or just extraction?" The word hung like smoke, the audience murmuring as Meghan's cheeks flushed, her response swift and searing. "Extraction. That's what the tabloids did to me for years, ripping stories from whispers. I'm reclaiming my narrative, Stephen, not cashing checks on trauma." Applause swelled from sympathetic pockets, but Colbert parried, voice rising in feigned earnestness. "Reclaiming? Or rehashing? Your Netflix deal's got that royal glow, feels like the firm's drama's your bestseller." The brutality landed, Meghan's eyes glistening under the lights, her laugh bitter. "You mock my pain for punchlines. I fled suicidal thoughts, you flee to monologues. Who's extracting now?" The studio gasped, Batiste's sax trailing into awkward silence, as Colbert's grin faltered, his retort firing back. "Pain. We all have it, mine's in punchlines, yours in palaces. But dodging details, that's the real tear-jerker." Meghan's composure shattered then, tears welling as she stood, voice trembling but fierce. "This isn't humor, it's humiliation. I came for connection, not cruelty." The audience split, half cheering her exit, half stunned silent, as she unclipped her mic mid-stride, Colbert calling after her with a half-hearted, "Meghan, wait, let's hug it out." But she vanished backstage, leaving the host to ad-lib through commercial, quipping lamely about royal exits being a family tradition. Crew reports later buzzed of producers corralling her gently out the side door amid sobs, though allies insisted it was her choice to flee the fray. Within heartbeats, X detonated with hashtag Colbert vs Meghan, raw clips racking views, Stephen destroyed her facade. Versus, he bullied a survivor, cancelled. The fiery clash, born of banter gone feral, had torched the night, headlines igniting faster than Batista's trumpet. The detonation from Meghan Markle's tearful departure on The Late Show ricocheted through the digital ether like a confetti cannon of controversy. By 11:30 p.m. Eastern on September 20, 2025, already eclipsing the evening's other segments in viral velocity. X timelines imploded with unfiltered footage, fans splicing Colbert's extraction, zinger with Meghan's glistening exit, hashtags #Meghan tears and #Colbert cruel surging to global top trends, amassing millions of impressions in the first hour alone. Die-hards rallied for Meghan, flooding with, she poured her soul, he poured salt. #protect Meghan, memes of jam jars labeled, Colbert's bitter brew, while Colbert's loyalists countered, truth hurts, Duchess can't dish it back. #Team Stephen, photoshopping his bowtie is a royal scepter. Aggregators like TMZ screamed, Meghan weeps off Late Show, Colbert's jabs hit home, while Variety dissected the banter to breakdown pivot, speculating if it was organic outrage or orchestrated Oscar bait for her Netflix arc. CBS stayed Sphinx silent officially, but Colbert's post-show tweet, nights like this remind us, laughter's the best medicine, or tears, drew 50K likes laced with venom. Viewership metrics spiked 35% mid-broadcast, writers' rooms abuzz with whether the unscripted implosion would net Emmys or lawsuits. Off-record scoops trickled. Did Meghan's team flag tough topics pre-tape? Was Colbert's writers' room primed for royal ribbing? YouTube reactors poured over micro-cues, her averted gaze at monetized mess, his micro-smirk post-tears, breeding wild theories from staged sympathy play to genuine grudge match. Echoes rippled to royal Reddit realms, users dubbing it Oprah 2.0, the sob sequel, while feminist forums fractured over satire versus sensitivity. Unconfirmed whispers claimed Harry dashed from a Montecito screening to console her, phone lines to Archwell lighting up with crisis PR. As midnight told, late-night rivals like Kimmel piled on with sympathetic skits, Colbert's not late, he's overdue for manners, perpetuating the blaze into dawn's discourse, a testament to how one host's wit could weaponize a guest's wounds. Dawn breaking on September 21, 2025, the Stephen Colbert Meghan Markle meltdown had metastasized into a media metastorm, reshaping late-night lore and celebrity fragility in equal measure. The Late Show reconvened sans apology, Colbert opening with a self-deprecating bit, last night, I made a duchess cry, turns out, I'm better at roasting than toasting, earning split guffaws, while network execs monitored backlash metrics like hawks. Meghan, ensconced in Montecito's sun-dappled sanctuary, surfaced via Instagram with a cryptic reel of ocean waves crashing, captioned, waves don't apologize for their power, which her squad spun as serene shade, spiking Riviera Orchard pre-orders by 25% overnight, poetic payback for the extraction, Barb. Punditry poured forth in The Atlantic, framing it as comedy's collision with trauma, when jokes wound royals, split camps lauding Colbert's equal opportunity evisceration, or decrying it as punching down from a pedestal. Online arenas armored up, TikTok tutorials on, Meghan's tier timeline, X polls tilting 55% her way with, who won the war of words, Reddit rants resurrecting her Suits era as pre-pain proof of poise. Whispers of fallout fermented, Netflix allegedly fast-tracking her special with a redemption arc clause, Colbert's bookers dodging royal-adjacent guests like plague. The unedited tape, leaked piecemeal, fueled forensic fan edits, one viral mashup syncing her sobs to Spare's somber score. Broader ripples rocked the realm, heightened calls for trauma-informed comedy, panels pondering if satire's shelf life expired post #MeToo. As the weekend waned, the frenzy ebbed to embers, but scars lingered, Colbert's representative as the unflinching funny man, burnished yet bruised, Meghan's as the unbreakable icon, tempered by tears. Reconciliation, a dream duet on carpool karaoke, perhaps, or eternal enmity etched in end credits. For now, it stands as late night's rawest rupture, a clash where laughs liquefied into lament, reminding us that under spotlights, even duchesses are human, and hosts, hazardous.